So adding a new site to a voronoi diagram can be a little tricky. So we created something, or they created something, called the incremental algorithm that builds the voronoi diagram just one side at a time. So when we add a new site, you draw the perpendicular bisectors between it and all of the existing sites. So you would add your new site, and then you'd have to add in the new perpendicular bisectors. You then travel along the new perpendicular bisectors from one existing edge to the next until you have completed the cell containing the new site. So for example, we have the diagram here shows in solid green the voronoi diagram for sites A, B, C, and D. But then we've decided that we needed this new site. There's this new area that we need. That's F. So the perpendicular bisectors for F, and then it says here, which is very important, the relevant sites. So you can see we only put perpendicular bisectors between F and A, F and C, F and D, F and E. We didn't have to include one between F and B because there's already a cell that contains that. It already has its own cell, so it wasn't a relevant site. So the way that this incremental algorithm works is it tells me, looking at these perpendicular bisectors, I want to start at an existing point, a new vertex here, and I want to trace over that line until I hit a new, or an existing, perpendicular bisector, a boundary from my existing voronoi cell. So then I'm going to start from that new boundary, that new vertex, and I'm going to trace until I hit one of the existing boundaries. So that's going to be my new guy there. Then again, we're going to trace between the two to create a new vertex here, to trace between the two to create a vertex here. Then what you would need to do is you would need to get rid of these lines in the middle here because they're no longer relevant. They're no longer part of this new voronoi diagram. So that would have to go away. And then you would need to get rid of these extra lines from our perpendicular bisector that we don't need. So those need to go away. Those need to go away. That needs to go away. That needs to go away. Disappear. 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 And there you have it, our new voronoi diagram containing this new site F. So a nicer picture of that is this. So we now have this new site F that we can talk about in this voronoi diagram.